What NBA players really think of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a Greek professional basketball player for the Milwaukee Bucks of the NBA. Antetokounmpo won back-to-back NBA Most Valuable Player awards in 2019 and 2020, joining Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and LeBron James as the only players in NBA history to win 2 MVPs before turning 26. Would you like to know more about what other players think of him? Keep watching this video to find out more. In today's video, we will be discussing what NBA players actually think of Giannis Antetokounmpo. But before we hop into the details, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant says Giannis Antetokounmpo can be the best NBA player ever. Kevin Durant's fandom of Giannis Antetokounmpo has been well documented over the past year, and the reigning NBA Finals MVP heaped more praise on the Milwaukee Bucks stud Friday. In a video posted to his YouTube page, Durant said Antetokounmpo is his favorite player to watch and that he could one day etch himself into basketball lore as arguably the best to ever lace them up. "I like long, athletic guys," Durant said. "That's just who I am."
A big and, playing on the perimeter. I think, guys like...
The Greek Freak, I think, is a force, and I've never seen anything like him. And his ceiling is probably, he could end up being the best player to ever play if he really wanted to. That's pretty scary to think about, but he's by far my favorite player to watch. Durant's comments can be heard in full beginning at the 9:57 mark. Back in June, Durant congratulated Antetokounmpo on his 2016-17 Most Improved Player award and predicted more big things in the 22-year-old's future. "Congrats on MIP. This dude's a specimen that we've never seen before, and it's guaranteed that he will be an MVP one day," Durant wrote. "In fact, I called out this year's MVP years ago, so you gotta respect my knowledge for the game, LOL." A few months earlier, Durant appeared on the Bill Simmons podcast and said he thought Antetokounmpo was more physically imposing than him. Look at Giannis. Giannis Antetokounmpo, this guy is scary. He's more athletic than I am, he's longer than me, he's faster, he's going to be stronger than I am. A lot of people told me he looked up to me, and I didn't know that, but a lot of people said that. We played in Milwaukee one time, and I was working out before the game, and I just saw him staring at me, just watching me the whole time. I was like, it feels good that I can influence a young guy like that. John Wall. Wizards' John Wall says Giannis Antetokounmpo is his MVP. John Wall doesn't have a vote for MVP. If the Washington Wizards' injured point guard did, though, his justification for picking Giannis Antetokounmpo over James Harden is one that would no doubt be shared by many of his fellow voters. In a sit-down with Yahoo Sports' Chris Haynes, Wall explained that Antetokounmpo's status as the best player on the league's best team makes him the most worthy choice for the Maurice Podoloff Trophy.
By Antetokounmpo here, he's able to turn around and still recover with those long...
Especially considering precedent set by Harden's most recent finishes in the MVP race. To me, James is my guy, but I'll go Giannis just because he has the best record in the league, he said. "I just feel like not last year, but the year before, everyone thinks James should have won it then, but he didn't win enough. Last year, he got first in the West, overall best record in the league. That's why he finally cracked that safe to get MVP. The numbers he's put up this year have been historic," Wall continued. "Never seen it before since, Jordan averaging 37 was the last time we've seen it? Those numbers and all that speak for itself. He's like unguardable. You can't do nothing with it. But I'm just like, if you're going to go off wins, I'll go Giannis." Draymond Green. Warriors' Draymond Green can't think of anybody else quite like Bucks' Giannis Antetokounmpo. Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors host Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday. While speaking to reporters after the Warriors' morning shoot-around, Green had nothing but praise for Antetokounmpo, whose Bucks have the best record in the NBA, just like last season.
Well, but then at that rate, you have 1 and 2, and so, get a guy what he deserves, everybody.
"No, not really," Green said when asked if he has ever seen a player comparable to Giannis via NBC Sports Bay Area. A guy who has that size, who handles the ball the way he does and dominates the floor, the game, the way he has, he's that athletic. It's kind of rare.
Made a case to be able to control a game or, an entire pace of a game throughout an entire season the way LeBron has.
Probably has never been seen before. He wants it. He works his butt off. You can just look at this body. There are a lot of guys who came into the league like that and he can never gain weight. He figured it out. He's probably added 40 or 50 pounds since he's been in the league. And he probably moves better than he did then. It's just crazy to see. But you can definitely see he works on his game. He's serious about it. He wants to be great.
The intensity level is raised a little bit, so that's just the nature of the playoffs.
Antetokounmpo is the reigning NBA MVP, and he has a chance to win the award again if his Bucks can maintain the best record in the NBA after the regular season ends. The Greek Freak is averaging 30.2 points per game, 12.8 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game on the season, while shooting 55.3% from the field and 61.5% from the free throw line. Kobe Bryant. Giannis Antetokounmpo is just scratching the surface of his potential, according to Kobe Bryant. Kobe knew Giannis was special, and it was cemented when the 24-year-old showed up early for their workout last summer and took copious notes. The Greek Freak's breakout season hasn't come as a surprise to Bryant. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a leading candidate to win league MVP. When asked what are your impressions of the Greek Freak and does his focus and intensity remind you of yourself, Bryant replied, Giannis came to work out with me this summer and he showed up 1.5 hours early. We talked for 20 minutes before he worked out and he whips out a notepad. What the? He starts taking down notes. What about the footwork here? What about the coverage here? And he's writing them down.
He said, kid, use their fantasy. Like you can see a kid being creative and playing with two.
After practicing some things, he sits down and we talked for like an hour. We talked about coverages and defensive matchups that gave him problems. He just sat there and took notes. And he studied and studied, so I'm not surprised at what he's doing. He just has the mentality of he's just getting better all the time. He's just scratching the surface.
Training, why do they do it? So I spend a great amount of time asking questions.
And who is the best in the game today? Brian said, you know what? Everybody has this conversation about who's the best. The question to ask is, does it matter? No. What matters is what? Winning championships. That's the only thing that matters. You can sit here and debate until you're blue in the face about who is the best. What you cannot debate is who is the champion at the end of the year, period. Bill Russell is the greatest. LeBron James. LeBron James gave huge praise to Giannis Antetokounmpo, saying, anytime you're respected by your peers, it always means something. That guy is damn good himself. LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo have had their fair share of battles over the years.
Tampering rules does not apply on All-Star Weekend.
Go ahead, Freak.
Following their most recent matchup on Thursday night, James had a lot of good things to say about the Bucks star. LeBron James has been the face of the NBA for some time now and continues to be among the NBA's best players today. Through the first 15 games, he's averaging 23.7 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game on 47% shooting. A guy like Bron has respect from everyone in the NBA, and it's not a stretch to say that his compliments probably carry more weight than those that come up from other players. So, when he speaks words of affirmation towards Antetokounmpo, it's nothing to scoff about. While Giannis still has a ways to go in terms of meeting LeBron's resume,
doing what AD does, and the fact that he played the whole 24 minutes in the second half, was big time for an hour.
He might be next in line to take the throne. The two-time MVP is averaging 27.2 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists on 53.1% shooting.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He has yet to win a title, but at this point, there's no reason to think that isn't in the cards for him going forward. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos in the future. Also, hit the bell icon to stay up to date and be the first one to watch our latest videos.